Hey guys, Wadsm here. A lot has been said over the last year about Splatoon 3, but there's one topic that doesn't get talked about enough, considering the significance of it. And that's being the Squid roll and the Squid search. Let me tell you why I think that these two new movement options will change how we play Splatoon forever. If you look back on the last 7 years, the core gameplay of Splatoon has stayed exactly the same. You can run, jump, shoot and swim on inked surfaces. What sounds simple at first has way more depth to it, and the creative ways to get around the maps in Splatoon are almost unmatched on the shooter market. The Squid roll and the Squid search are the very first universal movement options added to the game in 7 years, which means they will shake up the core gameplay quite significantly. Sure, we got the rolls from the Duelies in Splatoon 2, and I remember how excited I was when I first saw them in the trailer, thinking it would be an addition to the core mechanics, but it turned out they were exclusive to one weapon class. And they didn't change the overall pace and balance of the game that much. But this time around, the addition of the Squid roll and Squid search is a real game changer. If you look at the current meta in Splatoon 2 for the last year, you will know how shooters are dominating everything. Why is that? A big reason is because they have the best movement. With missiles and bomb spam due to last ditch effort being incredibly strong, you need a fast weapon to evade the bombardment thrown your way and to keep up with the pace of the match. Shooters have the lowest end lag on their shots and thus can react pretty quickly, plus they also paint incredibly quickly and well below the feet, helping them to maneuver around. Lots of slow heavyweight weapons or weapons with little movement options and huge end lag don't have that luxury and will get spammed down easily. Now these slow weapons benefit the most from the Squid roll and search being the first ever new universal movement options added, and they level the uneven playing field to shift the meta in a completely new direction. Just take Dynamo Roller as an example to see how much it can benefit from only the Squid roll. Not only can it get away from bombs pretty quickly, but it also helps with movement mix-ups while you fight. Not to forget that you can actually shoot while performing a roll, which gives a slow weapon like the Dynamo some good mobility during its heavy slow swing. The wonderful thing about the Squid roll and Squid search is that it's not exclusively a movement option, but it also allows you to shoot during it, which revolutionizes how we approach certain weapons while fighting. So many weapons will be able to integrate the new movement text offensively in ways we've never seen before. Also, at least the Squid roll is confirmed to have a few invincibility frames to block low damage, which gives it another way to abuse it in fights with great timing. While we don't know 100% yet how the invincibility is gonna work, at least in my mind it's safe to assume that it won't block one-shot weapons, because that would completely break these weapons. It will most likely be strong against weapons with a higher fire rate though, like shooters, duelies and splitling. Another thing to mention is the Squid roll's strength against bombs. Especially lethal bombs that can one-shot you like Suction Bomb and a Splat Bomb. Bombs have always been the strongest sub in the game since the very first day, so any indirect nerf to them is appreciated to diversify the sub-weapon meta even more. So the Squid roll being an indirect nerf for bombs is an indirect buff for utility subs like Sprinkler, Splash Hole and Beacons. Generally saying, the downsides of using a Squid roll and a Squid search is putting you in a set trajectory, which will be easy to follow and exploit for experienced players. If the aim tracking is on point, they can easily shoot you down once you activate it. But it having significant weaknesses is perfect. No option ever should be without it. After all, more movement options just means we have more mix-up potential to diversify our movement in fights. When climbing a wall, for example, will I ledge cancel on top of it, ledge cancel into a shot to engage them right below, or mix it up and Squid search up to take the shot from above? On the ground, on the other hand, you can substrafe left and right, substrafe into shots, or mix it up with a mid-air shot during a Squid roll. If there's a block nearby, you could even Squid search from almost the ground as a mix-up. They create a completely new dynamic never seen before in the games, and add a lot of depth while fighting. Since these changes are so fundamental, we can only imagine the ways to exploit these new movement options in every corner of the game. For example, you could imagine Squid searching up on tower in tower control on this part of the map on Humpback Pump Track, just to peek shortly over the covering wall to take a shot at the peak, just to fall down immediately into safety again. Or you could imagine Squid rolling onto an opponent with Umbrella, hitting a 90 damage shot mid-air to immediately finishing them off with your shield while you dive onto them. It would be incredibly stylish, and I can't wait to figure out all the different ways to use these new core mechanics creatively. After all, the movement in Splatoon has always been incredibly fast, creative and satisfying, and now it's even getting better. Splatoon is one of the most fast-paced shooters on the market, which is something tons of people love the game for. Changes in this direction just feels great to see. But what do you guys think about the Squid roll and the Squid search? Are you looking forward to try them as much as I do? Let me know in the comments. Also make sure to like and subscribe for more guides, epic montages, discussions, analyses and funny entertaining content in the future. With that being said, have a good one, see you around guys. Wadsm out.